Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rain Man, and this is Interview with the Juggalo, episode 2. Now, my guess at this moment would be the most hated man of the day, Lucas Balducci, or better known as the Punk Rock Guido. How the fuck are you, homo clown?
What's good, Mexican?
I'm telling Mr. Wagner.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit, son. So how you doing on this spectacular night, Punk Rock Guido?
It's morning here. It's probably night still there.
Fucking
I'm
smartass.
doing pretty okay, other than a bunch of people, like, hit me up with death threats and shit.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, so today was your day. You know, you got famous for a day because of a video that a lot of people misunderstood. You know, I mean, you were talking about how there is no family and how the scene changed, and you talked, what you call, you talked in sarcasm of the Juggalo Holocaust, which, a lot of people didn't get, including me, you know, and, you know, people are talking about you, so tell me, how are you feeling now that people are mentioning you as dropping the hatchet and you know Juggalo? I mean, you mostly started a trend on YouTube, which was Juggalo dropping the hatchet. You know, so how do you feel about
Okay,
that?
I'll first start off. I never said I was dropping the hatchet. I said that I considered it. And I gave out valid reasons why in the last couple of videos, alright? One reason was the scene in Grand Rapids, Michigan, my town, alright, is almost dead. Like, every year we have, like, a yearly little mini gatherings, alright, at, event called Blues on the Mall, which is every Wednesday, throughout the summertime, alright?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a public get-together in downtown Grand Rapids at Rosa Park Circle, which is a small little stage park area, alright?
Uh-huh.
And they have, like, jazz and whatnot, and blues music and shit like that, alright? Every year, a bunch of us, we gather together, and we have our little spot where we all just chill and hang out, listen to music, chill with friends, you know, and relax. And, in that video, I was mainly bitching about that scene, how that scene there's been less and less and less juggalos.
Mm-hmm.
The only juggalos I see are old school juggalos, and it's just all old school and new school, and then there's me who's in the middle, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in high school, I was friends with new school juggalos. Like, out of the high school scene, I would go downtown and hang out with old school juggalos and go to shows. Not just juggalo shows, but, like, any show. Like, say, like, a band Devil Wears Prada comes to town, I'll go with them or whatever. Or say, like, Chapel, for this example. I would go down there and see them and whatnot. But, like, what I was getting at is that, my first, ICP show was at the Old Shit Tour. I saw a ton of familiar faces, old school and new school, alright? The old school ones are who I went with, alright?
Uh-huh.
I walked in, a big fan of Juggalo, alright? I'm not gonna lie, he was really, really fucking huge, alright?
Uh-huh.
I came inside of the venue at, the order room, okay? And at the order room, they have the bar in the back and the stage in front, alright?
Uh-huh.
So I go in there, and there's this guy, he's passing out, beers, like small beers, to everybody that had 21 or over, like, wristband. And he gave me one, so I pulled out my wallet to give him some money for him paying it, because there was a big, huge line, alright? He's like, no, bro, it's family. And at that point, I got goosebumps, alright? Like, shivering goosebumps, like, this is awesome, you know? Next show, ICP show I went to was American Psycho Tour. It was crazy, Ray, man. It was, like, exactly how Twisted said at that one gathering, how it's, like, brothers and sisters, distant cousins. Mm-hmm. You know how Monoxide said that?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, it was exactly like that. Like, the line was separated. There was one patch of grass where, in the parking lot, and then across the street is the actual venue. And there would be people that would be lining up on the door, and then there would be people lining up in the grass area. That's how they would divide the line, alright?
Mm-hmm.
And all the people in the grass area were all old school juggalos chanting and getting drunk and whatnot, tailgating, having an awesome time. And all the new schoolers were up towards the front. in there around just like any other, like, normal show of any normal fans would go to, you know? And that's what I meant. Like, the scene started to separate and die in my town. That's what that video was mainly about. And because of that beef and that drama that's going on in my town, it's making me depressed and making me want to drop, you know?
Ah, yeah.
Even though I never stated at all in that video that I was going to. I said I was wanting to. Wanting and doing is two completely different things, man.
Exactly. And ever since you pull out that video, the next day, which was today, well, according to you, it would be yesterday, but according to me, it would be today. um, the boy Blue made a video, just for you, calling you a juggalo, saying you weren't real fam. It's better if you're out of here. And you know, he sent all these people after you. You know, I mean, he said, "Here's his vid," and then you know, I mean, I guess that's the highest rate you got, which was 9 thumbs down, and you know, that just tells how many people are willing to listen to Blue. You know, but what I want to know, and you know, I want to know, what was your reaction when you saw Blue's video about you?
Well, yesterday I should say, today, I saw that video whenever I woke up, and what I do on my phone is I go on YouTube on my cell phone, and I check my inbox, and I got like 16 inboxes. I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, I knew I was going to get like a video response or two, but I didn't know it was going to be like, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so I looked at what my friends were, and on my cell phone, there's a way where you can see what YouTube recommends you, you know, and then your friends, and then it shows your subscription, or what you're subscribed to, or whatever. So I clicked on the friends thing, and it said, to a fake-ass juggalo. I'm like, huh? What? Okay, so I clicked on it to see who he's talking about, and all of a sudden he's calling me out. I'm like, wow, Blue. And get this, ain't this a bitch, right? I was the one that made him get so much more viewers because I brought up the whole, I helped brought him up the whole juggaloism, religion type thing. I helped brought that up, alright? I helped pit review. I was the first ever juggalo on YouTube to do a full-length house pit review, alright? If you remember that, and I'm sure you do. I was also the one that gave away the American Psycho TV through MP3s for free. And you know who was the first one to come knocking on my door for one? It was Blue.
Wow. Wait, what? What did Blue do?
Whenever I was giving out the American Psycho CD on my old account, before I got hacked, well, I was giving it out, and the first 3 people that offered to want it was, I believe it was Juggalo Fred, he was one of them. I believe Juggalo Ninja, I don't know, I could be wrong with that, because my old account got deleted, I don't know who all asked, but I know the main people. It was Blue. Blue was the number 1, and then he was like, I'm like going by like the top viewers or whatever. Spike, he asked for it, and I gave him it, alright? But he gave me the wrong email or some shit like that, I don't know. And a bunch of other people asked for it, you know? And I'm like, sure, I'll give it out. And like Scotty Two Balls, like the one of the most nicest guys on YouTube, Juggalo-wise. He asked for it, I'm like, yeah, sure, bro, I'll give you it. And he gave me a nice shout-out and all that, you know? And that's all I really asked for, just give me a shout-out, you know? Like, so that other people can give me more views or whatever, you know? And Blue was one of them, and he never gave me a shout-out, alright? And 2, he comes up on me saying, oh, I'm a juggalo, alright? Well, get this, Blue, I don't agree with the whole religious thing, alright? And I honestly believe he has a Bible stuck up his ass because he used to be a super religious person. Like, I've been following Blue for like about 4 years on YouTube. Alright, before I became a V-blogger or anything like that, alright? Like, 4 years ago, whenever I first got into becoming Down the Clown, right? I go on YouTube and I look up songs from albums I didn't own, alright? Just like any other person would do of a fan. Any other fan would do if they didn't own like album. And I type in Juggalo, and what comes up? His face. 4 years ago, dude. Like 3 or 4 years ago, his face moved off. Can you believe that?
Huh.
Alright? So basically, whenever you type in Juggalo, he's the first one to come up because he's been around for so damn long, and that's what YouTube offers, alright?
Uh-huh.
So if you just create a brand new account, his face pops up whenever you type in the word Juggalo. And then every other, like, ICP stuff, shit comes up, alright?
Yeah.
Like, and whenever you're a new schooler and you pop and you look at his profile as the first Juggalo online you're looking at, you think that he's law, that he's God, and the YouTube, the Juggalo world, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's news for you, Blue, you're not, alright? And calling me fake, well, look at him. He's like a fucking sheep, and I call him a sheep-a-lo in that video because he is one. He follows everything that ICP does, and he's always on their dicks about it. Same thing with Twisted. Like, I made a video about Isham versus Twisted or whatever. Isham dissing Twisted. Number one, that diss was weak. And number two, alright, what does Blue do? After I explained the whole beef about Isham and ICP, he jumps on my dick, and he's like, nah, bro, fuck you, because you don't like, you're not with ICP, fuck you, you're not a Juggalo. Like, dude, I've been an Isham fan, like, way longer than an ICP fan, alright?
Uh-huh.
I got to Isham and King Doherty before I got into ICP. Me, back in the day, like, 6 years ago, I was in, like, high school, or middle school going into high school, I used to jam to Eminem, right? I'm not gonna lie. You know, because I'm from Michigan, and Eminem was one of those up-and-coming artists, and he's from Michigan, and everybody supported him in Michigan, alright?
Yeah.
Same thing with ICP. Like, if you were into mainstream music at the time, you would either listen to Eminem, but if you were, like, underground, like, punk rock shit and all that, you would listen to, like, ICP stuff. Me, I was into, mainstream rap, alright? Underground punk, or, like, Rancid and shit like that, you know, and Minor Threat, alright?
Yeah.
I got into Eminem, then I got into D12, and from D12, King Doherty, and that's how I got into the Wicked shit. And from King Doherty to Isham, and then Isham to ICP, that's how I got into it all. I hadn't gotten down with clowns until, the Ray's House Pit came out. I heard House Pit, I'm like, oh, this is the fucking shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then my second album I bought, other than Hell's Pit, was Great Malenko, because of all the publicity that's drawn on TV at that time period. You know, so I'm like, oh, they got on TV because of this album, alright, I'll buy that album. So I bought that album, I'm like, oh, this is the fucking shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew about the whole ICP and God thing, man, until, like, 2 years after being officially down. Because that's how long it took me until I got all the way around, you know, and all that. But I got into that shit in reverse, basically.
Yeah.
That's my whole beef with Blue. And the other thing that kind of pisses me off is that he claims that I'm a Juggalo. Well, dude, you're basically making people sheep in a way. He is. If you know what I mean, like
that I have to agree because if you look at that video that he did for you, there's this one dude in there. You know, there's this one dude in there that says, if Boy Blue says you're a Juggalo, then you're a Juggalo. There's no fighting it. You know. And, you know, there's a lot of sheeps that follow Blue. They will agree with him. Whether he's right or wrong, they will agree with him no matter what. So, I do have to agree. Blue does have some sheeps on him.
Oh, yeah. He's a herder, basically. And here's the thing that pisses me the fuck off, alright? Alright? Me, I'm not in charge of how he lives his life or nothing. Alright, that's all him. But, like, okay, he asks for money through PayPal. Like, really? Really, alright? He asks for money in PayPal. On his birthday, he's like, yo, if y'all want to send me something, that'd be super awesome. And what happens? People send him shit. Because he has so many sheep following him. Like me on my birthday that's coming up on December 18th. I'm turning 22, alright?
Fucking bastard.
I'm not going to be on YouTube. I'm not going to be on YouTube going to be like, yo, send me shit. That would be awesome. Yeah! No, I'm going to work at my job, raise money, and buy my own psychopathic shit. I don't want to beg for it like he does. He begs for money, basically. I mean, like, I know he has, like, kids, but how are you going to get, like, be a successful father if you're begging for money? Like, seriously. Like, me, I don't like to get kids involved, but I'm just saying, like, that's kind of weird, you know?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
how are you going to be a father figure and support your family by getting money off of YouTube? How much money does he even get through YouTube? That's my other question, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, CPM, Juggalo Twisted Ninja, he already touched base on this, and I'm just wasting my breath pretty much, but he touched base on this a long time ago with the whole Juggalos Online thing. Like, he wanted all the money and shit. Blue wanted all the money.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, alright, and that's where I stand on that. I'm like a Juggalo Twisted Ninja on that opinion. And the whole GLO thing, that got hacked by the BWC.
Twice.
And I think it's a good thing. Because I remember I was on there, and I tried logging in, and it canceled. And all of a sudden, I got a message from, like, Swag BWC or something saying, like, we hacked your shit. Haha. GLO is dead. Ha ha ha. I'm like, okay, sweet. And he's like, why are you saying sweet? I'm like, because it was a monarchy anyway. Basically, there was, like, Spike and Hobo were, like, at the top two. And I was down in the bottom because I only had, like, 2 videos on there. Like, I get the concept of having, like, a super channel, but, I mean, and then it gets to a point where it's like, no, you can't be on there because you're not cool enough. That's how I got with, and that's how I was with Spike, and that's why I had beef with Spike, and I still kind of do.
Speaking of Spike, his girlfriend, Miss Juggalo, 1995-2010, she sent you a video as well. Did you also see that video that she made for you?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, she was basically saying that you're, you contradict yourself, you know, and, whenever I get a chance of uploading this video, I'll post a link right onto the video. Right when we're talking about this, I'll post a link right on there so you can see that, you know? And she was mostly saying, like, how you're wrong at some parts and that you contradict yourself in your videos, saying, like, you don't like the whole term old school, new school term, but then again you say that you have this old school mentality, you have the OG mentality, and you're contradicting yourself right there. And you know, she was mostly saying, you know what, like, she was mostly getting up on your ass. You know, she had a beef towards you. You know, she has something against you. She had something against you because she's been watching your videos, and you know, she wants to get at you, you know, like, not like that, but like, you know, she wants to tell you how it is, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean, but, like, sure, everybody contradicts themselves. That's a part of evolving your thoughts. Like, fucking, like, if you think about it, way back then, everybody thought that the sun, everybody thought that, the sun revolves around the earth. But it's not that way anymore. And people used to think the earth was flat. Now it's round, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's thoughts change, right? That's one thing. Like, I kind of contradict myself in a way. Like, I'll admit that, you know?
Oh,
like,
yes.
everybody does it in their own way. Like, Boy Blue, he does it like crazy. I mean, I don't mean to keep dogging on Blue right now, but I'm just being honest, you know? Dude, great man, you know me. Like, if I see shit, I'll call them out on it. That's all it is. Like, if I see bullshit, I'll call it out, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you done it to me before.
Yeah,
oh,
that's done
bastard.
it before, you know? But, like, I get to see her video. I don't really know much to say to her right now because I don't know what she's exactly talking about, but I will keep it out, and I might do a video response to that later, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, you know, why don't you tell us why do you have some kind of vendetta towards, Spike, you know? Why don't you explain why do you have, you know, a thing against Spike?
The whole thing with Spike is that he has that lovey-dovey attitude. Like, Juggalo, let's all get along. We all need to get along. Everything's peaceful. Like, I respect that, but the world is shit, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Like, me, I've been brought up the Hard Knocks lifestyle, alright? Where, like, everything is not perfect. you can't make everybody love each other. There's always going to be hate, alright?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I was raised, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was literally raised in a hard knock lifestyle, like, out in the fucking country where you would have to chop, like, over, like, 100 things of wood in order to come home and get some food, basically, alright?
Uh-huh.
That's how I was raised, alright? And, like, with this whole lovey-dovey, let's all get along, let's all, like, join together, like, I just can't stand that. And a lot of these views, like, on the whole thing about spanking thing, I think that you should, like, okay, let's touch a little bit about that, just a tiny bit. I'm not going to get too much into it, but the whole thing of these thoughts of parenting and stuff. How can you tell someone how to parent your kids whenever you don't even have kids yourself? Like that thing was, like, I don't get it. And number two, like, me, I was beaten as a kid, but I was only beaten because I was misbehaved, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, okay, let's compare ethnicities, alright? Black people, young black kids, they're well more behaved than young white kids, because white kids, they run, like me, I work at Kmart, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I work at Kmart. Whenever I see a young black kid going in the store, like, towards the toys, they're like, hey, Mom, can I get this? And they're like, no, put it back. And then they'll either try to put it back where they think it'll be, or they'll hand it to me. Like, if a white kid comes to the store, like, wow, I want this. No, you can't get that. What does the kid do? The kid starts crying and throwing a fit and kicking shit off the shelves and shit. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
I would smack the kid and tell him to shut the hell up and stay in the post next to me until we're out of the store, you know? Like,
So
and why does the black team... That's my views on that, you know? Like, I disagree with his views, mainly.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because of that, Miss Juggalo hates me because of, I got beef with Blue or what? I don't know.
Oh, no,
I don't know.
she was saying, like, exactly what you were just saying, you know? I mean, like, she was, defending her boyfriend as well. She was defending Spike. She was saying, she was mentioning about your video, the spanking, about, how you were in Kmart, and how this mother or father hit their kid right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, yeah, she has, like, she calls you out, you know. I mean, like, of course, she calls you a contradicting asshole, you know. But there's plenty more, you know. You should see the video so you could understand it, you know. I mean, she seemed really pissed, you know. I mean, that's a video you have to see.
Alrighty, I'll check that out. I still don't really want to say much about her because, one, I don't really know her that well, and two, I've only talked to her once, I think, and that was on her wall on Facebook, like, yo, JLR's down, what the hell? And that was whenever it got hacked or whatever by the BWC or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only time I've ever engaged a conversation with her. She's like, oh, really? I'll go check it out. And that's all that she said on her wall as a reply. But I don't know. I don't know if she's just probably defending her boyfriend or whatever. I don't want to get into that boyfriend-girlfriend drama because that's the one thing less I need in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, yeah. So let's see. Okay, so we talked about the boy Blue, we talked about Spike, we talked about, you know, Sheeps and Miss Juggalo, and we talked about Miss Juggalo. Now, your name is going around YouTube, like, really fast, you know? Your name is going around really fast. It's being on people's titles of their videos. Their topics are mainly about you. What can you say that how long do you think this will go on? You know, I mean, according to YouTube trends, you know, if Juggalos have something to talk about, it'll go on for almost a week. But how long do you think your topic of, you know, dropping the hatchet, you being called a Juggalo, and shit like that, how long do you think is gonna go on?
I honestly do not know. Like, to be honest, like, the whole subject about, the whole topic and subject about, dropping the handshake is a really touchy subject to a lot of juggalos, though. There's some ignorant juggalos, and you gotta admit, there are ignorant juggalos out there, alright? There's a lot here in Michigan, I can tell you that much. But, there's a lot of ignorant juggalos out there that are like, oh, you're dropping the handshake, I guess you're done, no more, you can never come back.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
those crazy weirdo ones. And then there's the ones that are like, okay, you dropped the hatchet because of your own circumstances. And then there's the ones that are like, dude, you dropped the hatchet over something so petty and so minor. I'm like, no, it's not minor. I was mad one day and I thought about it. I made a video about it. What's this fucking do, you know? And I deleted the video about it because I was getting so much negative feedback. And I'm like, I don't want no negative vibes going on, you know? I just want positive vibes going on with my videos. I don't want no negative shit. Like, if I want negative shit, bring it on from the haters or whatever. Like the BWC or the JH people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll take it from them. I don't care from them, you know, not that much. But, I mean, I've had BWC call my house before, so there you go.
Oh, wow. Okay, and as for the next question, you know, you told Blue that you're on Isham's side, and, you know, you're on, what's your point, what's your, views about the J10, beef with the psychopathic, you know, his interview with the Fago lovers? A lot of people figured, well, they heard a lot of shit, and, you know, they're letting it get to them, but what's your opinion on the J10 situation thing?
My view on the J10 thing is almost like the same reason why ABK dropped for the hatchet. If you remember way back when?
Oh yeah, 2008.
Whenever he dropped the hatchet and then he came back after he started that Native American company or whatever, production. I don't know very much about ABK, to be honest. I don't really listen to him that much, but that's the reason why I don't know much about him.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as that, and the whole Isham thing, I've already talked about that in my Isham and ICP video. I see it as almost the same situation, how Joe Bruce didn't want him stealing any of the money coming in, you know, or wanted his name, or wanted J10's name on anything psychopathic, so that way that way J10 wouldn't get any money. And that was part of the same reason why Isham left the second time.
Yeah.
It was all about money. It's all about money, man. And, like, Joe Bruce, he's an awesome artist, but maybe businessman? I don't know. He seems kind of fishy and kind of sketchy, in my opinion. I listened to the interview over 2 times just to make sure I got everything clearly. And all the shit that he talks about Joe Bruce is exactly the same shit that Isham's been preaching this whole time. So if J10 is saying the same shit that Isham's been saying for years, I think there's something there, you know. But with the whole J10 thing, I don't wanna. So far, I'm on J10's side, alright? And I'm saying this only because there's no other side of the story yet. Alright, ICP has not released their side of the story. Blaze hasn't released his side of the story of it all, alright? The whole J10 situation. To the public-wise, alright? Like, the whole thing about ICP and Isham, ICP says that he was stealing money. Isham was saying, I got too popular, and I was blowing up. Which he did whenever he first signed with Psy, alright? He was blowing up like crazy. He got bigger than ICP on ICP's own label. And that's the main reason why they dropped him the first time. The second time, Isham was saying, like, yo, like, the song Juggalo was targeted towards Shaggy Chudo, because there was a time where they were all celebrating and chilling, and Joe, a.k.a. Violent J, was out with Isham, his brother, and Shaggy, and they were all drinking and whatnot. And Shaggy needed to chill on his drinking, because at the time he's been having liver issues at that time period. And this was during Supervillains, alright? And he's all like, dude, chill out with the drinking, bro. Chill out with the drinking. And Joe was all basically being the mama. And Isham's like, dude, your boy's a grown-ass man. Chill out. And then Joe got all pissed off about that, and that was whenever he dropped him the second time. And that's why Isham does not work with Psychopathic unless if it's not with Joe Bruce or Shaggy Trudeau. That's the reason why he did that song on, I can't remember which Lemon Bleed mixtape it was, but he did a song with Boondocks, I believe. And him and Boondocks were real cool, and I want to hear them two do a track another track together sometime soon. You know, that'd be really fucking fresh. Because they both have that dubstep new style. new dubstep wicked shit, like Comatose by eShot. That shit's insane. And then that new Boondock album, what's it called? Or song? It's like Ambius.
Abaddon?
Yeah, Abaddon or whatever it's called. I can't remember it. But yeah, that song has like a little bit of stuff in it too, so that's kind of cool and kind of fresh. You know, it changed them up a little bit. But they both had like some kind of like a dubstep type style beat, and they both do wicked shit on it, like old school wicked shit and the new school that Boondocks does. But yeah, that'll be off the chart, like for real.
And on to the next question. Out of all the videos you saw today about, you know, dropping the hatchet, videos about you, which video out there was interesting to you to see and hear? You know, I mean, you had Sugar Bear, or known as Twisted Villain. You had Cali Green Too Fresh. You had the Zombie Wicked, I believe that's his name. And you had me. You had Rob. You had KCX Twisted Ninja. You had a lot of people talking about you. Which video got your attention the most, and which video did you like the most?
I like Hobos.
Hobos?
He said, okay, someone drops the hatchet. It happens probably like once a week, if not every day, alright, in America, or anywhere, alright?
Mm-hmm.
And he said he said Guido was basically like putting it out there. Whenever someone puts it out there, everybody jumps on his shit. And I was like, thank you. That's exactly what I was just thinking of. You know? And he started a little bit on the same topic, like, okay, whenever someone drops the hatchet, instead of jumping on the shit and talking shit to them, why don't you like talk to them and be like, yo, why you got the hatchet, bro? What's going on in your life? That's how I would be if someone was. If you like, say if you were to drop a hatchet, all right?
You're fucking tripping, boy.
I would call you up on the phone at like the second I hear, and I'll be like, dude, what's going on with your life? What's going on, man? What's going on? You know? And then you would explain to me. I'll be like, man, come on, man. You know, that's how I see it. You know, like Homo is the best one, I think, of them all. Like subject of the topic wise, that and Nappy J's. Nappy J's was kind of like, dude, if someone does it, who cares? Just respect them. Like if they're still cool as Juggalos, cool. If they're not, then whatever. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I think, and the only reason why Juggalo went on so hard on me is because I've been talking a lot of mad shit about him and his religion thing. That's the main thing, alright? But still, after I hooked him up, after I helped him made all those topics and all that, he's the one that disappointed me the most, mainly. But yeah, like, the whole subject is just twisted and weird. Like, I mean, like, in the whole BWC thing, like, oh, the only true, I saw a comment saying, oh, the only true sequel was join the BWC. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, okay. You know, like, I think that the whole thing, like, it got misheard mainly. Like, people were only listening to, like, the main key words that I was saying that gets everybody's attention, like, which was drop the hatchet and BWC engage. That's all that anybody heard in my video that I put up. I deleted it because they got flagged. Number one, it got flagged, alright? Mm-hmm. How the hell did it get flagged? I have no fucking clue, alright? And number two, I just got so much negative feedback, so I was like, fuck it, you know? So I just deleted it, because I didn't want to get any more negative feedback.
Oh yeah, and now this is your chance right here. A lot of people are going to be listening to this interview between us, so is there anything you would like to say to anyone who views this interview right now? If you could tell them anything that's on your mind, what would you tell them?
Dude, I am not a BWC member. I am not a JA's member. I am a suicidalist juggalo. I got the fucking real-life productions on my shoulder for a reason. I have a loaded cross on my inner left wrist for a reason, alright? Get it through your fucking head. Like, nobody gets all these tattoos for no fucking reason. Alright, that's one reason that got me really pissed off. of Mr. Mackino's because he's the one that kind of influenced me to make that video, saying that there is no real Juggalos in the way there isn't, and I was basically going off his video about that. And I followed your video, right, man? About the whole emo kids rapping Juggalos. I find that's fucking hilarious, you know? But, basically, everybody keeps talking about the same fucking topics. They don't start with nothing fresh. Number 3, people, what they need to do is stop arguing and bitching about everything. Alright, that's what's going on a lot around here. There's a lot of arguing and bitching, like, oh, you're a Juggalo because you don't listen to everything album. And you're not a Juggalo because you don't like Ringmaster. You're not a Juggalo because, like, give it to the east job. That makes you not Juggalo. Like, seriously? Seriously. And, I don't know, I'm just gonna rant off now, but I'm gonna quit.
Alright.
Like, I'm starting to get a little excited now, but I'm just gonna quit.
So, yeah, this is the interview between the Rain Man JHOF and Lucas Balducci, otherwise known as the Punk Rock Guido.
Otherwise known as the hatest Juggalo in the world right now.
And that as well. So any last words about this interview or whatever? Any last words?
I wish it wasn't so short, but alright. Maybe we can do a part 2. And this time talk about different subjects or something.
Of course, yeah, we're gonna do it sometime later, and next year we're gonna do a different interview, and we're gonna have different subjects. Because this day was mostly about you. And yeah, this is the interview of Rain Man JHOF and the Punk Rock Guido. Thank y'all for viewing this video and this interview. Don't be a sheepalo. Respect. Be a Juggalo. Respect one each other. Ah, fuck. You know what? Just have a good goddamn day.